If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be working so hard to try to stop it. So don't let anybody take your voice or your vote.
Senator Raphael Warnock will be up for re-election next year when Georgia will also have a competitive governor's race.
It certainly has been a very interesting time.
That's part of what's fueling an especially partisan fight over voting rights in the Peach State.
Georgia is ground zero for the voting rights debate, and it is difficult to overstate how important this issue is.
The Republican-controlled legislature is putting the final touches on changes to state voting laws that would mandate new early voting hours, enact stricter ID laws for absentee voting, and potentially even regulate who can talk to voters, standing in long lines. It's part of a nationwide push by Republicans in the wake of former President Trump's laws that he's actively encouraging.
Another one of the most urgent issues facing the Republican Party is that of ensuring fair, honest, and secure elections.
Georgia State Senate President Pro Tem Butch Miller is among those pushing for the changes.
We have a lack of confidence in the ballot box and the integrity of the ballot box, and we have to restore that.
Would Republicans be doing this if Donald Trump had won in November?
Let me look at my crystal ball.
Miller says he and his GOP colleagues have received thousands of calls from constituents concerned about the election results.
We had people call that said that they received multiple ballots in the mail. They received multiple requests for absentee ballots in the mail. If you get one in the mail, you don't know where it came from, did you?
But if it says state of Georgia on the envelope as it's mailed, you're telling me there are people who are concerned that that might not be a legitimate ballot?
There might be people that are concerned about that, and rightfully so.
Warnock strongly disagrees.
If there's any lack of confidence in our voting system, it's because politicians have been pushing the big lie. They are using the lie about voter fraud as a pretext for voter suppression. This is Jim Crow Redux in new clothes. There is no reason for this. What we saw was black voters all across the country standing up, other voters of color, young people, women, students, and they made a difference in the election.
And to those who call it Jim Crow 2.0 or Jim Crow in a suit and tie, you say?
That is just sad that someone would stoop to that type of name calling. We want everybody to have a chance to vote.
Stopping the Republican-backed changes to election laws is of concern to national Democrats like Warnock and President Biden. They met last week to discuss the subject with other Georgia Democrats during the president's visit to Atlanta. Do you think Republicans would be pushing to make these changes if you had lost your election last year?
Well, the fact is I won, and I won as a result of more than a decade of active engagement right here on the ground in Georgia.
As the Senate continues debating voting rights, President Biden admitted to Democratic senators this week that some of the changes they want to make, like mandating automatic voter registration across the country or expanding early and absentee voting, likely can't get through the closely divided Senate unless Democrats move to change the rules. Ed O'Keefe, CBS News, the White House.